I'll step back and say the physicians, as they consume some of the output of EMR structured documentation, often feel that there's a gap in the information, that there's lost information that just doesn't get documented because of the restrictions of and constraints of the structured documentation. So that's the gap that we attempt to fill. We do it through speech recognition and natural language processing. That is our combined technology that allows us to preserve the narrative documentation that they prefer, but to produce as an output structured medical information that can also be consumed by the EHR, EMR, or by other systems themselves. Now, that's the value proposition, the preservation of narrative and the details surrounding that, but on top of that, the ability to drive action for them, so that as they get information that's coming from the narrative, we can help systems or ourselves trigger actions, trigger other information. If they're using an EMR, let's say in an office, that the dictated note would be understood, the meaning would be understood by us, and that it would allow that meaning and understood information to trigger other parts of the software that they would like to have triggered and that drive better actions. So it's a circle, it's a loop that allows them to use the narrative, but not just to mark up information, but to actually drive action and drive outcome. An example of this might be, that would be very relevant to the physician population and to the institutions, PQRI, it's Physician Quality Reporting Initiative. It's becoming more and more of a demand. There are many requirements around that. So for example, as they're dictating a COPD case, our technology not only understands the words, it understands the meaning and the context, so it knows in real time that this is a COPD case. And in some of the PQRI alerts, the requirement for compliant documentation is that the physician documents the presence or absence of a spirometry evaluation. So our system says it's converting the words, but it's also understanding the meaning. I understand it's a COPD case. Doctor, I don't see any evidence in my recognition of a spirometry evaluation. We can produce the alert for them. They react to that. They produce the information right there. We've now produced then higher quality documentation, compliance for the physician and the institution, and at the end of the day, better care as a result for that. So that's a very tangible way that we say that we transform words into action or drive meaningful action from, again, this narrative-rich medical documentation.